Guys, I was watching the video where Gadoni was asking Elias what happens in the mind of a man because of this situation that he's in with the wife and the other wife. What happened for him to be in that crucial situation? Yeah, because she wanted to understand what happens because nobody gets to explain thoroughly. Let us listen and then to analyze, to find analyzation.
Uliza kama a woman, I just want to understand the mind of a man. Unasema vizuri sana, mmekaa na Wairimu for 13 years. Amuna major issues.
We've never had an issue.
We've never had, because of course, simple issues in marriage. But suddenly umeona msichana mwingine, Florence. Nasema katika hali ya kikazi, mtoto amekuja. Of course tunajua huyo mtoto wako kuja siku ya kwanza. Umekuwa na uhusiano. Kwa nini and you have a nice family back at home. And then kuna sasa huyo mwingine ameingia. What happens in the mind of a man?
That one may not tell. I think it's something that we need to research on. Hata mimi mwenyewe sielewi. Lakini unaona kwa ile mazoeano ile umekuwa pamoja, mnaonana kila siku, so unapata tu maybe umemaliza mkutano late, all those things. Unajipata tu.
Nikusema upendi mkifanya, okay, wacha allow me to crucify you juni wewe uko hapa. Lakini when a man is cheating on his wife, nikusema kuna kitu inakosa nyumbani, you don't love your wife anymore, ama what is the issue? What is the issue?
Not that you don't love the wife. I think it's something about men. It's something about us that I also don't understand.
Unajikuta.
Lakini yangu imefika mwisho.
Yeah, because you have said enough.
Enough. So, naomba nisijikute tena.
Usijikute huko tena. Okay, so these are the family issue happy. Is it in Nakuru?
Yes, in Nakuru.
In Nakuru.
Yeah.
So how does this one sikuli?
So his explanation was very vague. It didn't make sense. Amesema he was in a meeting and it was getting late, and so he said, I have to go get laid by this lady. Tumemaliza job. So my question was, does it mean maybe if you're a boss and you have hired some ladies, you can go get laid by those ladies because it's late? Ni late na umejikuta tu, ni late sana. It was very vague actually. But the bottom line is that is lack of self-control. That is lack of self-love, lack of self-discipline. Because as a man of God, as a pastor, he's a pastor. You can imagine his mental space when you're doing that, like you're lying. Thou shalt not lie. Among the 10 commandments, it's outlined very well. You cannot lie, you cannot commit adultery, but you're doing all those things. And then you wonder, kwa nini my youth wanasema hawataki kwenda church anymore? It is because of the examples we as Christians are setting out here. Yani, tuna set bad examples za kuaibisha God, and that's why God react so fast. Umeona vile hiyo situation ili react so fast because according to this story, it was just 4 months ago that the wife learned, alipigiwa simu na Florence akaambiwa, by the way, tuko wangapi? Tuko wawili na niko na mtoi. So know that we are a family. Hapo hata sikatai. Sina shida na hapo, because I'm like, yeah, it is good to talk, because remember there is something called cervical cancer, there is HIV AIDS, there is STI, super gonorrhea, whatever. This man could be transporting disease from this place to this place, to this place to this place. At least once umeambiwa, you figure out, and now you are on high alert whether to use protection or whatever. So I applaud the side chick for calling and saying mimi haunifichi kwa mfuko kama bangi. That was a good thing because of all these diseases ziko huku nje. No wonder they did statistics, by the way. Na wakasema the married people, HIV is highest amongst married people, more than it is on single people. You know, unajua watu single uanga, you know, they are very particular. They are, you know, they are already used to celibacy. So, by the time wanapata ugonjwa, it is out of kujitakia. But now when you are in a marriage setup, you know there is no like protection and stuff like that. So it's easy for HIV to get into marriages than it is to get into single people. So I'm like, dude, you can't be holding meetings because now you have a big company. You be holding meeting ya watu wa sausage, meeting ya watu wa smoky, meeting ya watu wa mashamba, meeting ya watu wa sijui electronics pale Githu. Because alisema kuna so many businesses. So atakuwa naendanga meeting, then it means you'll be going for these meetings to know how business is doing. Kukikuwa late, you take one of the ladies and you get laid by one of them. Does inamaanisha hivyo ama? I really did not understand, guys, because nakwambia life ya siku hizi, it is so scary. It is so scary. And then, guys, I wanted you to listen to this other part.
So this other family inaishi wapi? Is it in Nakuru?
Yes, in Nakuru.
In Nakuru.
Yeah.
So how, wakati unatoka Nakuru unakuja kwa Wairimu, did you ever feel guilty that my wife, and of course I'm imagining ukikuja anakutreat vizuri, nakupea chakula, you're prepared for a bath probably, you given the other food. Did you ever feel guilty like she's so nice to me but nimetoka kwa familia ingine yenye ajui?
Sikuwa na feel guilty because this is a family that I accepted. It's a family that I came to love. In those years, hakuna wiki hawakuniona. Kuna siku zenye najua nikienda kazini, nikimaliza kazi lazima niingie nyumbani na niingie mapema. Nikae na wao na nilikuwa nimeamua ningependa kuona wakiishi pia vizuri. Yes, so it's something that I'd accepted, that I would want to live with them, to love them, and also to give them a good life. Yes.
Okay. Haya, so at what point Wairimu, I hope hajajua hii story after what happened, that you had another wife?
No. She had a hint. There's something about women and emotional control. But Florence kuna mahali alishindwa kujicontrol. Maybe akaambia Wairimu, kapata namba Wairimu. And sadly, alipata from a friend. Aliomba friend. And sadly, for my close friend. Akaomba namba Wairimu, akapewa. One day akajipata amepigia Wairimu. Na akamwambia, ujue tuna exist. Na tuko na mtoto na Elias. Wairimu aliniuliza. Hata ni mwaka, by the way.
Mwezi gani?
Like 4 months ago.
We are talking of around July.
It was on July 19th.
Hata unakumbuka date?
Nakumbuka date.
So, amepigiwa simu na Florence?
Yes, amepigiwa simu na Florence. Ilikuwa usiku. Na nilikuwa mkutano wapi? Nilikuwa mkutano in Kapa Roosters. So nikiingia kwa nyumba found her crying. Na niliingia a bit late, it was around 11. No, it was around midnight. Kapata melia, so kwanza sikutaka kujua ni kwa nini. Nikaoga, nikatulia, baadaye ndo akakuja, akaniuliza, unajua hii namba? Kuangalia namba naijua. Ambaye basi ujue umenipigia, ameniambia kila kitu. So, but I know she's a prayerful woman.
How did you react? Before we go to being a prayerful woman, how did you react after sasa mimi nimejulikana? Namba yangu ukishikwa, unafanya nini? Unashika wapi? So you will say ni kweli hivyo amekwambia?
siku deny. Nimwambie ni kweli. Na ni kweli, and I'm sorry that I had to do that. There's a life there that needed me. And also I needed also to protect that life and be present in that life. Yes. So nikakubali, nikamwambia iko hivyo na nimekudisappoint. Lakini itaishia tu hapo, hautanisikia kwingine. So kama itawezekana tuendelee sisi sote pamoja. Na tukaongea. But all through hakuwa amekubali. She has really been praying about the issue.
Hakutoroka aende. Akuache kwambie sasa.
She's a composed woman, and I love the way she handles her issues. Hangeenda na hakuenda tatizo. Lakini najua alikuwa disappointed sana.
So like in the middle of the night angekuamsha akwambie boss, hebu amka.
Unarudisha tu, ni wewe?
Ndio ulifanya hivyo.
Uko sure? Lakini God is good. We are here and everything is okay.
How do you balance two families? Huyu anataka. So this other family inaishi wapi? Na is it in Nakuru?
Yes, in Nakuru.
In Nakuru.
So guys, you've heard the first part where he says he came in and he found her crying and he didn't ask. Akaenda akaoga na akakuja. Then the wife akamwambia, you know, so and so called me, I guess you know this number, and she told me everything. And akasema, yeah, it's true. And it's been 4 months since she knew. I'm like, seriously? Yani kwani God wa siku hizi anaanza haraka aje? Only 4 months ago is when she found out. Meaning, she's still in the healing process. That lady, hata bado hajahil. Na mmesha katakatana. Basi anaomba Mungu mwingine. Huyo God si ameanza haraka. Mungu wa siku hizi anaanza haraka. Anyway, for me, the fact that there is no shame in talking about it, like the way he doesn't acknowledge, like I may inflict any pain on her, on his wife. So that for me is very disturbing, by the way. If you watch your interview, it's very disturbing the way he doesn't acknowledge the pain that the first wife went through. Una imagine being with someone from scratch and then being with that person for 13 years and then anakuja anasema alichelewa kwa ofisi so akachukua mfanyikazi na wakaenda and now they have a child and now aka decide that's my wife. You know, I'm like, you are dude. You must be spiritually dead. You must be like, ni Mungu mgani siku hizi tunaserve? It's very, very sad actually. It's very sad. And I wanted to check on some of the comments. Nisome some of the comments za watu because it was very interesting. Somebody says, birds of a feather flock together. This is why grandfather of town is in his corner and they have similar character. Nakwambia Pastor Bishop Ben. When someone doesn't feel shame over something they have done or the pain they have caused, their conscience is dead. They are capable of everything. Si watu wako na ma strong opinions. Hey. Let me see. I saw another one. I admire the audacity of me. They don't play with what? They don't play with what they want. Even if it brings down their whole generation for themselves, they won't think twice about it. Men think of only themselves. Yeah, that is true. Because I usually say choices have consequences. You know, every choice that you make, may it be positive or negative. And some of these things, once you know that sex is spiritual, sex is not something you go doing with everyone who's passing by, because those demons that are in one person, unakuja unazitransfer everywhere. It is not a good thing. Forget even about the diseases and stuff. So I'm wondering, I think pastors wa siku hizi, they don't even know how spiritual life is, and that is why they are able to do that easy. Unajua, I understand there is something called soul ties. I understand kuna kitu, you know, the reason God aliweka marriage na akasema the marriage bed should be honored by all. Yeah, everybody is supposed to honor the marriage and to respect the marriage bed. I understand your concept. I think iyo Bible wanasomanga, maybe it's edited na haina some of these things. So pastors wa siku hizi, they don't understand all those things because they are doing their own stuff. So I guess there must be two Bibles, right? Pengine kuna Bible mbili yenye hao wanasomanga, hainanga hizi vitu zote za mutaratara za kitambo. So they are doing their own stuff. They are putting away diseases. Because we all know men sleep without protection. They don't even care whatever they contract or whatever. They don't even care. So the fact that he doesn't acknowledge that as a pastor is very worrying. And that is why the youth are super scared of us Christians. Yani tumeaibisha God to an extent wa tunafanya watoto wetu wakuwe so scared. Let me see some of ni kama JCM ni ya ma second wives na wababa. The wife don't need to revenge. Mpango amemlipishia, wamepigana wenyewe mpaka wakaumizana, na pia mpango wa kando amecheat na watchman. That is the other thing. Because you think ati you have this side chick who is faithful to you. But that person is there. You don't own them per se, because you're not with them every other night. How do you know that they don't sleep with other people? And that is how AIDS is coming into families. You understand? That is how diseases, super gonorrhea, sijui what is ma sexual diseases are easily coming. Because on the CCTV, we saw the lady Florence, you know, hugging the watchman, wakaingia kwa hao, wakarudi, wengine wametaking, you know. Anyway, it's weird. These love triangles. Kama uko single, it's better you just stay, because where ni kubaya, it's like people don't care about themselves. They don't love themselves enough. They don't understand your body is a temple of the Lord. Like, you honor your body, and then God will honor you. Because remember, you show people how to treat you. When uma here, there, everywhere, and you expect people to respect you. You know, respect is not demanded. Respect, you earn respect from your own behavior. Vile una behave, ndivyo watu kurespect. Kama uko lose, everyone will be like, hey, yeah. Kuja, even me, I want, you know, something like that. Because as a pastor, it is very worrying, and it is very, very sad. Mi church kama hiyo hata siwezi taka hata mtu aniekele mikono juwe. Mapepo za usherati. It is sad. It is very sad. But anyway, it is what it is, guys. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, because some of these videos nitakuwa naweka hapo. And yeah, follow me if you haven't followed me. Share the video. Let's educate each other, especially the youth. Youth, be very careful, especially December. December ndio watu wanapeana maugonjwa. Na unasikia maugonjwa ziko kila mahali. Watu wanalala bila CD. Watu, they are doing everything. Your body is a temple of the Lord. Just honor it, and it will honor you.